And we're live, not on a Tuesday, but on a Wednesday for a special edition. Welcome,
Hey,
welcome,
hey,
welcome. Hi, everybody. How are you guys doing? I know I was getting hit up like, wait, did we miss it? What happened? It's a special edition this week. She's traveling. We have to do a special one.
I was
How's
trying to
everybody?
post about it too in the group, be like, okay, we're not going live today. Catch up on the replays, and we'll be live tomorrow for the special
Right,
edition.
right, right.
Hopefully, old man will be able to join us tonight. But if not, we carry it like we always do, and
Absolutely.
we might have a special guest in the hot seat with us if he's able to join us before we're done being live tonight. He be in the comments
Mhm.
every week with them hot comments,
Hot
but
comments.
we
Yep,
said,
yep.
bring it on screen, talk your shit on screen, bro. So,
Right, right, right.
so
So
hopefully
lots
Sean
of
will be able to join
happenings,
us.
lots of happenings.
Hey, so we got a couple of juicy topics, I think, tonight.
Yes. This week has been really, really good. So,
Yeah.
first thing is we need to talk about is everybody's 1970s dad.
You went straight for the jugular. Okay,
James,
let's go.
James Evans is gone.
Let's
James
go.
Evans is gone. But I'm disturbed, y'all. And I'm gonna tell
You
you why I'm
disturbed?
disturbed.
Okay,
Yes.
do
First of
tell.
all, we was all like condolences, because DMZ broke the news early in the morning yesterday. And then we heard, wait a minute, he died back on August 21st. Wait, what? And then the bombshell hit today. Well, actually, late last evening. The bombshell was his own daughter found out when we found out.
That's crazy.
It's been 5 days, and she found out through the media, just like we did. It's disturbing on so many levels because what they're saying is that her brother was in touch, and was they have been arguing over the father and his care, because I remember last year she accused her brother of elder abuse. I do
Oh,
remember that.
wow.
Yeah, last summer she accused her brother of elder abuse, and they were arguing back and forth. And
Okay.
so that's some dirty shit if he kept that from her all this
But I
time.
just feel like at this point, was there no, okay, because I don't know nothing about none of it. I hadn't heard any of it. But even if they were at odds and she was accusing him or whatever, at some point, was there nobody else in the family that knew that this man died that still had touch with her?
A small family. The mom is gone.
No
You know,
cousins? No, like,
they don't really talk about like anybody. I know the brother, her brother, had been put in jail last year also for some toxic behavior towards his daughter. So it's just a lot of toxicity. But the whole thing is that he kept it from her, and they said TMZ said they found out from his publicist. But
see, that's crazy.
yeah, but you know how the internet always plays these games. Some people be like, "Oh, such and
Yeah.
such died," and then they find out it's a hoax or whatever. Well, I know you said that some people had told you that they saw it in August, but because they didn't see it on the news, on Google, or anything like that, they just kind of like dismissed it.
They thought it was a
And
joke.
and
Joke
they probably
about.
and they might have come out in August. I couldn't find any mention of it back in August about it. But you know, it's sad all the way around because um
And
yeah,
that at the end of the day, I'm getting a lot of feedback.
are
Mm,
you?
yeah. Okay, let me try
Uh-oh.
that again. Okay, so at the end of the day, so that's better. I don't know what it was, but I was getting feedback. Um, I understand estranged families. Don't get me wrong, because I'm estranged from the bulk of
Mhm.
mine. Don't talk to them bitches. And there's like, I don't do toxicity. I don't do bullshit. I don't do drama. I don't do all the lying and all the fighting and all the chaos. I don't want to be part of it. So I
Right.
distance myself. You know what I'm saying? And that's not to say that there's not any good. I'm sure there's a lot of good, but for me, the negativity outweighed the good that I was experiencing. So I absolutely understand, and I can see it from that personal perspective of needing to distance yourself. You know what I'm saying? But I would just hope, like, let's just say somebody passes in my family, even though I'm estranged from most of my family and I don't talk to 99% of them, there's still that handful of people that I do talk to. They're going to call me every time somebody passes. So I still have some semblance of knowing. That's why I'm like, but I also do recognize, even though my family's small, it's a small to medium-ish size family. So there are families that they are just the kids because maybe the parents died, the grandparents died, wasn't a whole lot of siblings through the recent generations. Like I said, I don't know anything about them, but that's got to, I imagine that does have to be a really bad feeling. However, she may have felt about her dad. Sounds like maybe she had some love with him. I don't know.
She did. She was a daddy's girl, but
That is girl.
she's she has like a wellness retreat. She lives abroad.
Mm.
That's the thing. She doesn't live in the States. And so she was trying to manage it from abroad because he didn't want to leave the States. You
Mm-hmm.
know, everybody doesn't want to live overseas, but everybody don't want to live here either.
Absolutely. And like I said, it's hard. I think it's hard for us on the outside to really understand because you never know the intricacies of somebody's family and their dynamic and their experience or their relationship. You know what I'm saying? And then I imagine, like I said, it's hard having to navigate that. And now you're in the public eye with all of us and everybody and their mom and their cousin and them weighing in on it, giving our opinions. That's got to be painful. Hey,
Right.
Jasmine.
Hey, Jasmine.
Um, that's got to
Yeah.
be painful because, like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? How you find out your
Yeah.
whole parent died? But you know what? It's not just celebrities that's happened to. Now, granted, it's not taking 45 days, but I've actually witnessed people that have
Wait a
had to
minute.
go through that. Hey,
Wait a minute
Suzette.
now. Hey,
Uh,
Suzette. Wait a minute. I
uh,
just thought about it. We
what?
had an uncle that we didn't know he died till we went to call him to tell him that his brother died, and then we found out he had died 3 months prior to that. I
Well,
forgot about
no.
that.
No, I'm talking about I done had real life people that I know that found out a family member died because somebody got up on Facebook talking about it, like the day it happened or the next day
Yeah,
or
nobody talked
whatever.
about it. Nobody talked about it on Facebook. Nobody talked about it on Facebook.
Damn.
We didn't really know his kids. Like, I mean, my sister knows his kids, but one of his kids, but I don't really know them like that. And we found out because we were trying to tell him his little brother died.
Um, it's
Jasmine,
sad all the
she
way around.
bad.
She said, "Oh, you
Oh,
been
he
gone,
been.
damn
Oh, he
girl,
been gone.
girl."
But that's the truth because we have family members that's what they say when you say, "Hey, have you heard about such and such?" Oh, he gone. He been gone, and that's how
Listen,
you find out they
no,
dead.
no, the first thing we ask, who did the body?
Who? Oh, right.
Who did the
Who did the
body?
body?
We want
Uh,
to know what they look like, honey.
right.
Who did the body? Where they buried at? How much you pay for that funeral? Y'all got some insurance money. Folks be
Uh.
trying to get all up in your damn business. But like I said,
Right.
at the end of the day, I think that's a hard place to be in, to witness
That
it
is.
with the world and then have to talk about it in front of the world. None of this is okay. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm going to say from the outside looking in. It's not okay to have to find out
Jasmine is
about. They're
terrible.
going to ask me too. Y'all take some pictures. Who got a video?
Somebody, yeah, but you know what? There have been
Mm.
people that do take pictures and share them. Take it. I just say, listen. If I'm lying, I'm flying. I done seen this.
No,
At
listen. No, that's trifling as fuck.
that's
No,
how you
listen. For
take
real,
a
somebody
selfie with a dead person.
that's trifling as hell. But no, listen, for real, somebody I didn't know this until years later. So my grandmother passed in 2009, 2015. I was moving some stuff, real talk, moving some stuff. And I find this little keepsake box of mine that I just would dump stuff in. I don't know who got my keepsake box and had all kind of pictures of my grandmother in it in her casket. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And I just happened to open it up and I was going through some pictures looking for something. And somebody had taken a whole bunch of pictures on my camera roll. And when I had it developed, didn't even know it. And it was a bunch of pictures of my grandmother in her casket. And I immediately dropped the box and had to call my boyfriend at the time. And he was like, what the fuck just happened? And I was pointing. And he was like, okay. And he had to get the pictures and throw them away from me. It was fucking traumatizing. I had already dealt with her being in the casket and saying goodbye. And here go the dogs howling. But it was traumatizing years later to literally open a box and just see. Yeah. And I'm like,
I'm glad my sister didn't warn me. She got a picture of my aunt and like, because you're right. It's traumatizing when you don't expect it.
I didn't expect it. I was literally looking for something else and opened it up and hit my grandma. I was like, what the fuck? So he had to throw them away for me because I'm like, I'm not going to keep them and I'm not going to call nobody else and ask them, was it theirs? Like, they ain't finna get them. They ain't finna get them. So I threw them away because I'm like, no.
Somebody looking for the pictures right now because they said, I know I had took some pictures of Nana when she died. Now I wonder what that happened to them pictures. They left them somewhere and wasn't your camera in the first place.
Wasn't your camera in the first place, and they can chase them all the way to hell because they ain't getting them. Because that to me was just trifling. Girl. Y'all know me. I don't bother nobody. I don't. But they took pictures of my grandma in her casket. You talking about? I ain't have no words.
But have you seen the new trend though, where they having these wakes where they got people standing up and doing stuff that they normally do? What?
I was like, for a long time.
Girl, I was like, what in the world? For a
long time. They be having them in recliners, sitting in cars, posted up on like walls and stuff. People really be doing the most. And I'm not trying to.
She said, why did it traumatize you? I'm sure she was looking nice. Did you want to see her again?
Okay. So I'm gonna
Go on, answer.
Granny, you know I love you, baby. But let me be honest. So I don't look at death really the way everybody tends to look at it. I've never been one, and I have to explain this for context. I've never been one that was like, take me with you and want to jump in the casket with folks and carrying on and acting a fool at funerals. Never been me. Because I've always just recognized they're not in that body anymore anyway. I'm not one to go to grave sites and visit graves or do any of that, right? But I will be honest, when my grandmother died, I was 29, I think. That was the first death that really just hit me because she was the closest person to me that had really passed in my life, right? I had experienced plenty of death, but she was the closest to me at that point in my life in 29 years. And it was traumatic for me, honestly, because of the family drama. Before my grandmother passed, we weren't allowed to speak. So, and that was her daughter, not my mother, but her other daughter intervening out of maliciousness and keeping us from speaking. So 3 weeks before she passed, she snuck in, called me, and we talked and, said we loved each other or whatever. And the last time I had seen her, about 2 weeks prior to that, we had said our goodbyes. So I knew that she was going to pass relatively soon. So when we went back for the funeral, my grandmother had been sick for years, kidney failure, congestive heart issues. There was a lot going on. I would not say that she looked great. I just wouldn't.
Oh, gotcha.
So
she didn't look like herself. That's not the look you wanted to see and remember.
So it's like with everything that had already happened, and then opening a box and seeing her face staring back at me, that shit was traumatic for a minute. And I was
gotcha.
You
Okay,
get
so
what I'm
that's that's different. And Tanya says I have a picture of my mom in a locked app on my phone, and I never look at it.
I get that.
Yeah, I get that. And then what she say?
What tell you about? Wait a minute, who you talking about? Telling somebody
Yeah,
about?
talking about Tanya.
Wait a minute, hold on. Let me go back. Somebody said they got a picture of Aunt Essie. I done missed some kind
That's
of.
my sister said she got a picture of my aunt, and that's why I said I'm glad she said something. She look cute too.
Girl, listen. You know what? I'm gonna let y'all have it. I'm gonna keep on scrolling. So what? So she can tell you the bounce. And then Jasmine said, "I let somebody fall at a funeral. Don't."
She did. She did. They was getting the heaving and high, and she said, whoop, and then went right to the floor.
No, let me tell you. Okay, y'all, this ain't funny, but it's funny. It ain't funny, but it's funny because I laugh because it. So you know you got that person in your family. Everybody know the people in their family, right? Everybody knows how the people in their family act. And so my cousin, when her mom passed, when her mom passed, like her mom grew up with my grandmother. They all grew up like sisters. So it was my grandmother and her siblings, and then her mom and her sister, and they all grew up like sisters, right? So she was like my aunt. That was my boo thing. Whenever I was around, I would take them to the grocery store and, go check on them and whatever. So that was my baby. So when she passed, my cousin, everything for the funeral was done. She asked everybody to wear white. So we all showed up in white to celebrate her mom. That's what she wanted. It was beautiful. Till we got to the repast. And so we at the church in the repast, and my cousin, so it was two sides to the family. It was the local family and it was the out of town family from the neighboring city where they were originally where they were originally from. So they didn't know as much as we knew about the roles everybody plays in the family. So cousin just acted a stone cold fool, and everybody from our side of the family was like, "Here we go. She finna get started." So my auntie, one of my aunties, my grandma's sister, walked up, slapped the ever-loving shit out of her, and said, "Stop it." And everybody on that side of the family was like, she got her ass up though, went on about her business. And it was funny because she went from like weeping, sobbing, "Oh, I can't make it, take me with you." It was like one of those movie scenes that she cocked her head back and slapped fire out of her.
You know what it reminds me of? That scene is Still Magnolias. Still Magnolias. It's like, hit him,
Lynn! Baby, when I tell you she slapped fire out of her, she got her ass up though. Okay? She got up.
Wait a minute. Oh, okay. So continue on down here. We see.
Suzette said, "Which one?
I understood. Oh my God! Plead the blood of Jesus over that relative." And then she just looked at that picture of Essie the other day. Oh yeah, when Jasmine let her fall, I forgot it was twice, and she did look down at her.
Y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't right. She said she knew why she got slapped. Let me tell you something. She got it together too and handled her business and got on straight. And the other family was over there like, "Did that just happen? What did she just say?"
But wait, the fact that she straightened her face so fast.
And she did.
And did.
And she did. And we were like, okay, because we knew it was going to go.
But see, you know what? You know what? And that leads us into our topic for tonight.
Come on with it.
Toxic exes and healing. The thing is these same toxic folks that we deal with in our family is somebody's ex.
Somebody's girlfriend, somebody's boyfriend, somebody's mama, somebody's
Right,
daddy, baby mama, baby daddy, husband, wife, side thing,
right,
boo thing,
right.
all
And
of it.
and, and the thing is that folks are real quick to say, "Well, he don't act like that with me." In the words of Sealy Hitter. Oh yeah, they do. They do. They do. We didn't have we didn't have some doozies, boy. Yeah,
Baby.
baby. That's why I told them no funeral for me. Just cremate me and throw my ashes over the sea and tell everybody I'm gone. But tell them ain't no don't go to
Look,
dinner for
hey,
me.
don't be sitting up here lying, because I will try my best. I'll be like, Jesus, help me. Give me the Holy Ghost and resurrect me, because I want to go back and haunt all their asses. Everybody to get up there and lie. Don't get up there and lie talking about she loved me and we was best. No, we wasn't. Don't get up there talking about we just hung out last week because we
See,
didn't. No.
I ain't even gonna give them a chance to do that. We ain't having no funeral. Ain't no
I do the
funeral.
same thing. I want to be
Ain't no
cremated,
funeral. Come see me
spread my
while I'm
ashes on the
here. Or
water, spread my ashes on the water and have a party, celebrate my life. Because my hope is by the time I die, I have lived a life well worth living. I have shown the God in me. I have been a blessing to my community. I have left a legacy. Like by the time I'm dead and gone, spread my ashes, throw a party, and let it be that.
cause
Oh,
I
she
ain't
bounced.
in
Oh, you did.
there.
Y'all ain't right. I tell y'all.
You know what?
We try to be serious and y'all up here cracking jokes. Y'all ain't right.
But see, these the same folks I have to sit next to when we go to funerals. So you really know, right, right,
Oh
that
my
part.
goodness.
But you know what? Black people,
Yeah,
period, is like that. You know that. We
we
laugh,
got to.
and
It's healing.
we laugh because it's healing. But that's the thing is, a lot of people don't understand us. We laugh at stuff that traumatized most people.
Well, you know how I got called out last week because, or was it the week before? It was one of them weeks when the girl was on my post because I was talking about the 1,000 bottles
Right.
of baby oil and the 800 dildos. The girl was like, "How dare y'all laugh?" Laughter, listen, laughter keeps you from going insane. Laughter keeps you from slapping people and punching people and going to jail. So you ain't gonna
Yeah.
never not see me laughing. It doesn't matter what I go through. I'm gonna find something to laugh about to be at peace and work my way through it.
My mama used to want to slap shit out of me because I laughed at the most inappropriate times all the time. Like I remember when they told me my cousin died and I laughed. I laughed. It's like a nervous thing. I'm just weird like that.
I get it.
Socially awkward.
Socially awkward. I get it. But let's talk about toxicity. Toxicity, like you said, a
Yes.
lot of the people that we have the nerve to talk about are the
Uh-oh.
people that we.
Fix your internet, baby. You
What happened?
I don't know. All of a sudden you start dragging.
Oh shoot. Okay, can you hear me now?
Try it again. Nope. Now it's saying a recording error. Hold on.
Ah,
Okay. I don't know. You got bad weather? Okay, there. Now it looks like it's going back.
okay, can you hear me
There you
now?
go. Yep, you're good.
Hey. See, this people always picking me. Why you got two networks? This is why. Because when you run a business, you got to stay on it. I got an upstairs network and a downstairs network. Um. Anyway, like I was saying, when we talk about toxicity, let me plug up for the laptop. Go dead. When we talk about toxicity, we are talking about the same people that we love, like the people that's in those relationships. They are cousins, our brothers, our sisters, our besties, our who, whatever. And my question that I always ask myself when we watch somebody. So, for example, we were talking about Cardi B and what's that dude's name?
Offset. Offset.
Offset. We were
Red,
talking about them in our
reset,
WhatsApp
take
chat.
off, whatever. Yeah, it's offset.
Offset. As
Yeah.
we were talking about them in our behind the scenes chat, I always wonder, do they have genuine friends in their life? And I'm not saying they do or don't, but that's just the question I always ask myself when we see people celebrities and invisible people going through things, I always ask myself, do they have genuine people in their life that love them and that call themselves friends? Because see, me, I can only use myself as an example. I had a friend that used to just wild out, right? And he was just doing the damnedest. And he was my best friend at one point, like a brother to me. And I would pull him to the side and be like, dude, you doing the most. And I'm not gonna stay silent. Like, you may not take my advice, you may not
Right.
do what I suggest, but I'm never not going to speak up and tell you what I see in your behavior. So I always wonder, do they have people that really genuinely do that with them? Or do they just end up being surrounded by a whole bunch of lackeys and ass kissers and yes people?
Probably a little bit of both. Because oh yeah, she did. You're right. Oh, she so did.
Our
She
grandma
so
told
did.
Aunt Essie if she got to acting a fool, crying in hysterics like she did at my granddaddy funeral, that she would get up and slap the shit out of her.
She
Oh,
so
yeah.
did.
Bless
Oh,
you, Jesus. The whole church got silent and watched. Listen, at
they
some point,
so
you can't do
did.
nothing about it.
No, I'm talking about my grandma was, stretched out in front, and when she would cry when she was at her seat, but when she got up to the casket, she said, "Mama, that's it." She wasn't going. No, she wasn't going to act a fool up there because she know she was true to her word. She reach up out of there and slap the hell out of
Okay, back on track.
her. Right.
So I just always wonder, like, once you get to that status, and even aside from that, let's not even limit it to
Just
celebrity and
regular people.
period. Like, do y'all have friends? Like, do you have people in your life that call you on your bullshit and tell you that's foul?
Tanya's my person.
Acting a fool.
Tanya's my person. Suzette's my person. And believe it or not, Jasmine's my person.
Okay.
Jazz tell me real quick. But like I said, Tanya and I go back to 12 years old. She knew me before I even had my first boyfriend. And if your friend, and the thing is she told me, I told her we get mad at each other, but guess what? What we not finna do is fall out about it.
Yeah.
Now she may get mad at me and I may get mad at her because we don't like the message, but we get the message
right.
and we keep it moving.
See, I've always
because you know what? I may say it and be like, I'm not rocking with you on that. She know that.
And then Suzette said, not everyone will call you out. True friends will always tell you. Right. And I look at that and I consider myself that I've always been that person. My friends know if you want to come to me and talk to me about your wife or your husband, they know. I'll be Switzerland. I'm not gonna be the person that you just get to come and badmouth your person to me. I'll listen to you, I'll be safe space, and I'll love you through it. But I'm never just gonna let you badmouth your person, because if you genuinely love them, that's not what you need to be doing, number one, anyway. Right. Number two, if you're the one that's in the wrong, I'm that person that's gonna be like, now you know I love you, but based on what you just shared from your version, you still in the wrong. And here's why I say that. Because I feel like no matter how much you love a person, if you genuinely love a person, then it is our job. Don't trash them. Don't set them up to fail by letting them show their ass and be an ass without some type of self-check. Because sometimes I think we really can't see ourselves. There are times when I have to call you or somebody else and be like, okay, so I got to self-reflect. I'm big on that. Like I'm gonna call somebody and be like, yo, you got a few minutes? Because I need to talk through this so I can see myself, or I can get your feedback from the outside, because I always want to try to see how can I handle a situation different, regardless of what it's about, right? But
I wasn't always like
myself that. Do they got people?
I wasn't always like that though, because sometimes it's hard. It's hard to hear that kind of shit about yourself. I wasn't always like that, but you got to get to a point that you're going to have to accept and hear things you may not want to hear. That's right.
Yeah.
How many times have I gotten mad at you? But we still here.
Look, and like she said, some people need to go to counseling. And y'all know I'm the same. Listen, I'm the same way 24/7. The same way I get on here and scream about therapy and counseling is the same way I be talking to you about it. I be talking to them about everybody in my life. They be like, Jasmine, shut up. I don't want to hear no more. I don't care. Because I'm going to say it till the day I die. Listen, we all need help. And ain't no point in us out here acting like we perfect and we got it together all the time. Oh, let me show my ass, but tell him how big an ass I was later.
No, sometimes I need to keep you from going to jail.
Exactly. And so, listen, and sometimes when it's a good situation, your friends have to help you to not mess it up by showing yourself a fool, right? But going back to, because we getting too far away from that, going back to Offset and Cardi B as an example. Hold on, now don't talk to me. Going back to Cardi B and Offset as an example, what made me bring it to y'all was I was watching something or reading something,
right?
And I ended up seeing some people shared, and I was like, "Yo, really?"
Yeah.
So I guess there was a dialogue. Whatever happened, I don't know, because I don't know either one of them. But he been acting a clown, and she been acting a clown with him. And at some point in the dialogue, he literally said to her, "I win because you my baby mama," and that right there took the cake for me.
But wait a minute. Then she had to go lower. When he went low, she went to hell. She said, basically, she said, that's why I fucked your boy.
I heard about that.
And I was like, ooh.
And I was like, you can't be mad because
and I'm like, wow.
Around with her and cheating. Like,
right. He been running around and cheating. He been running around and cheating. But when she's your ex-wife, not your baby mama, stupid. Talk to me in about 2 days.
No, but with that comment, I think he meant to say exactly what he did. I think he was trying to diminish her and degrade her.
He was basically trying to put her in her place.
Right. So, and reduce her to just, oh, you just another baby mama, right? My thing was, you can call her all kind of hoes and whatever, she for the streets and all this kind of stuff I see people saying. Regardless of any of that, he chose to wife her. He chose to marry her and have babies with her. Not one, not two, but three. So in my mind, no matter what he says now to try to degrade her, it was good enough for you when you had it. So either you believe this all this time and you just as big a hoe as you claiming she was, and you just as much for the streets as you claiming she was because you wanted her and pursued her openly in front of the public when you messed up over and over and over again. And then on her side, I'm not absolving her either. She just as silly because this man made a whole public fool out of you and you kept taking him back.
A few times and you kept taking him back.
So, hey Dana, how you doing?
Hey Dana.
So my question to you all tonight is, oh, and by the way, I want to take a commercial break and ask you what you're sipping on, babies, because I'm not sipping on anything alcoholic today because I'm drinking water.
Ginger beer.
I am drinking water and mango juice with a little honey mixed in for a little extra sweetness because y'all know, so I went to Alaska last week, came right back and went to Chicago and then got in last night. So, with all the traveling, I don't drink as much because listen, I ain't trying to be laid out dehydrated and looking crusty and dusty. So I got to get my water intake in. So what are you sipping? Pop it in the comments and tell us whether it's alcoholic or not. And what are you snacking on? Because I got me some Cheetos, y'all. I might be snacking on some Cheetos while we talking.
I got some Utz. Okay, so this is the other thing. They were going back and forth on her live.
She's pregnant again?
Yes, she's pregnant again. And so they were going back and forth. They were going back and forth on her live. And he commented on her live and said she is sleeping with other people while she's pregnant.
I heard them say that, but I thought they meant the last baby.
No. And she said, yup, show lamb.
That's why they made sidewalks, because
The street ain't for everybody.
That's
Oh,
wait a minute. That's why they made sidewalks because the streets ain't for everybody. You got crown jasmine, so that means you're gonna get crunk
she
tonight, huh?
always got crown, girl. Uh,
Listen.
this line is classic. I need to frame that shit right there. That's why they made sidewalks
Because
because
I
the
want to share
streets
it too.
because the streets ain't for everybody. Damn.
Listen. But listen though, listen for real though. At the end of the day, because I've seen people trying to shame her for that too. I thought they
Right.
meant the last pregnancy. I didn't know they meant she's pregnant now. So this is gonna be their fourth baby.
No, wait a minute. She just had the baby a few
Oh,
weeks
she had the
ago.
baby a few weeks ago. That's what I was saying. I didn't think she was pregnant now. I thought she just had a baby. So they had 3 total.
Okay, they got 3 total. So she admitted to cheating on him while she was pregnant.
Well, let me say this. At the end of the day, because I saw people trying to shame her for that too. And it was a lot of ladies saying, I can't imagine sleeping with nobody else while I'm pregnant with one man's baby. And listen, I don't yuck nobody's young. So if she like it, I love it. Not my business. I ain't got to sleep with the man, ride the dick, or nothing else. At the end of the day, I just really feel like we need to stop shaming people for grown shit. If they want to have sex, she's pregnant. She can't get pregnant no more. As long as she was using protection, you know what I'm saying? She was pregnant from the man that she married. So whatever. It ain't like she got 50 million baby daddies. That being said, I don't want to shame her for having sex while she's pregnant with somebody else. She's a grown ass woman. She can do what she want to do. I want to look at the toxicity, but I think it's also indicative of the culture that we still live in, why so many people don't understand basic things about their body and sexual pleasure, because you still got all these people out here that every time something happens, their first bandwagon they're going to jump on is shaming people. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, them same people that shaming everybody, probably the freakiest ones, and hoping don't nobody find out. So
Wait a
y'all,
minute.
you know what? Some
They
people have
both
open
toxic.
relationships,
Do you
not
know
my
what else
business.
she did? Do you know what else she did?
Huh?
He drained all his bank accounts and took her money out and left him with
Good,
scrap. Good.
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 If it was her money, she should have
Good.
took it.
Yep.
If
They
it was, and
that
that's what a
just
lot of people were
that
saying.
just
She might
came
have just
out.
said it to hurt him. Yeah, that's what a lot of people were saying. But if it was her money, I hope she did take it. Because if
I
it was
hope
a
she
man,
did
that's
too.
what they would be saying. Oh, he need to take his money. Don't be letting her use you. If she came into it with it, I hope she leave with it. I hope they had a good prenup. Because it does seem like she had more asset and wealth than he had. You know, it does
Yeah.
look like at this point he's trying to reduce it and basically make it seem like he used her for a come up. And if that's what you did, shame on you. But at the end of the day,
You didn't come up.
yeah, because you out here looking like a damn fool. But you know what the sad part about though? The sad part about it is he reminds me of Future. Wasn't it Future, the little
That's
ugly one?
Future with what is it? Eight baby mamas or something. But
Yeah,
all them, he got a whole bunch of kids and then he dropped the bag with
ain't that the one that was always upset about
uh
Sierra?
Sierra, yeah.
Yeah, he reminds me of Future. Like, dude, you had what appeared to be a solid chick, making her own money, got her own career, and you out here
And
acting a stone cold fool,
holding you up.
holding you up.
Sean, welcome.
Oh, he got the beard. Okay, come on through with the beard. I'm here for this. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Hello, how are y'all?
Hey, catch
Good.
up. What you got going on? First
Well,
of all, what you sipping on, Sean?
I'm sipping on some. It's called First Call. It's a
Oh,
whiskey, a Kentucky bourbon whiskey.
okay.
Oh, okay
Sounds
then. You got to
interesting.
let me try that in December.
Oh, all right.
If you could save me some.
There's never a shortage at the liquor store.
Oh, well, that
But
being
you know them
said,
longshoremen is on strike, so if it's from overseas, we in trouble.
hmm,
No,
that being said, Sean, to catch you up, we are talking about Cardi B, Offset. That's his name, right? Offset.
Offset,
Um,
yeah.
and the toxicity that they are both displaying out here, just airing all their laundry out here in the street, taking pot shots at each other, and he trying to call her just a baby mama, and he won. It's just basically, I said right before you came on, he reminds me of the dude Future that had his little feelings hurt when him and Sierra broke up. Right. She done moved on, live her life, and for the longest, he was still talking about her dude. Don't nobody care. Go sit quiet. Go stop breathing. Like find yourself something to do and stay busy. You know what I'm saying? But it just seems like that's the narrative. People break up, and then one of the others gonna take the lowest road they can think of to defame and destroy instead of just walking the fuck on and choosing to heal and move forward. Hold on 1 second before you tell us your response. Let's catch up on these comments. Tanya says she was smart. I hope she was and got her money out. Hey, L'Oreal. She's a bigger star than him. His fashion career didn't gain traction until he married her. I didn't even know who he was until he got with her. Still don't really know who he is. I just know he married to Cardi B. She used him for a come up. What did she use him for? How did she come up? Oh, that's good. What's good, Jasmine?
No, she didn't, Tanya. He wasn't anybody.
And then Suzette said, come on through, Sean. Okay, he came on through with the beard. I'm here for it. Now, Sean, what are your thoughts? Do talk to us. Tell us what you're thinking.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I never pay attention to what like stars are doing as far as their personal relationships, because to me I don't care. If I like you as a star, I like you for whatever you do, whatever your medium is, whether you're an actor, singer, rapper, whatever you do. That's what I like you for. I don't care what your personal business is, but if you want to air it out, I mean, at least be an adult about it.
Unless you trafficking folk.
I mean,
okay, that went left. Oh,
yeah. I mean, I'm not even gonna touch on that. I mean, y'all know he got.
We got one right now that's trying to get bail.
Yeah. Well, I did see somewhere that they took him off a suicide watch.
Yeah, but they probably gonna have to put him back on with these new 120 charges.
Exactly.
Ooh. But again, it's a prime example of where I started. Do people have true friends? Because how do you get to this point with nobody saying, this shit ain't cool, this shit ain't right?
They were scared of him.
Right, but you couldn't be scared of him in the beginning because he didn't have anything in the beginning. He had to get to that point. What happens between here and here is what I'm always curious about.
No. The thing is that he was always in the street. He was always in the street, though. He wanted to be a gangster like his dad. What people didn't know is his dad. His dad was an associate of Frank Lucas and was murdered.
Right, but he wanted. From what I understand, he wasn't like that though.
But he was in the streets. He was a dealer, a drug dealer.
But you know why his dad was murdered, right?
Because he probably had that mouth like he do.
Exactly. He went up in there and told on everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And so you could expect that from Diddy as well. But at the same time, I mean,
he gonna wind up Epstein.
She was fresh off Love and Hip Hop, trying to get her name and music out there. Migos was hot and connected. I don't remember her off of Love and Hip Hop. I know
I remember her being good. Yeah, being an artist.
Offing themselves.
Yeah, but they gonna say he Epsteined himself.
So back to what you said, Sean. Yes, back to what you were saying, Sean. I'm with you when you're right. Like, I don't care. I hear about this stuff on Facebook, and it's relevant because it's topic for the show, right? So you've been tuning in with us for a little bit in the comments, so my thing is healing. Everything is through the lens of healing for me, and I love having these discussions because everybody's watching that. So it's great examples for us to be able to use. That shit is unreal. She can say she's good. She can say she's okay. And I'm not saying that she's not. But clearly you weren't okay to make that kind of choice. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I like to have these discussions, because
she's not okay.
It opens up for healing right here, right now, for somebody else that may be watching this and being like, you know what? Damn, that look just like my relationship. Let me make some changes so I don't be out here ass out without the money. You know what I'm saying? At least she got money. She can bounce back. She has celebrity resources, access. Well, she can bounce back. But what about all the other people out here in relationships every day, man or woman, that are just out here being rolled hard and put up wet, as they used to say back in the day, and are going to walk away broken because nobody's saying to them, you need to wake up. This is not healthy. You need to wake up. That person don't respect you. That person don't really even seem to like you, let alone love you. Because if I look at how they're engaging now, he don't like her. I can't say whether he loved her, but he damn sure don't like her the way that he's engaging with her
And
now.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something else. This need to be a lesson to women too.
Absolutely.
I don't care how many kids you have by somebody, you can't make them be faithful. You can't make them stay with you. You can't make them respect you.
Absolutely.
This is your third baby with this dude, and he been disrespecting you before you got the first one.
Absolutely. Nadina, hey Nadina, said Diddy played the long game and he saw who he was, as freaky as he was, men, boys, bisexual. He saw who, and
yeah, bisexual and freaky. He just needed willing participants. Yeah.
But the thing, and that's my thing, money and access starts to cause people to transgress across boundaries. The more
you know what money does? Know what money does?
It reveals who you are.
Money just elevates who you really are at the core.
It just gives you access. You're gonna be who you're gonna be.
Because Diddy old waterhead ass would not be getting the same kind of traction if he ain't had no money.
You know it's hard out here for a pimp.
I'm gonna tell you what that money do. It make you experience so many things that you say, I done it all. What can I do now?
That's why I said it.
That's it.
To the point that they transgress over boundaries. The more money you have, the more access you have. The more access you have, you can do whatever you want. You can jump on a plane. You can fly people wherever. You can pay somebody to hush it up or sweep it under the rug, or you know what I'm saying? And so again, it just makes me wonder, do they have anybody in their lives at that point that genuinely rocks with them as I love you, I'm your friend, I'm ride or die with you, and that they respect enough to listen and say, you know what, I hear you, this some fucked up shit, let me do better? Or do they just become so, because I don't have that kind of money, so I don't know yet, you know what I'm saying? But do they just become so disconnected that it don't matter what anybody's saying, no matter who they have close to them? It may not matter what anybody says.
When you have narcissistic traits,
everybody ain't narcissistic, and we all.
No, I said traits. I didn't say they were narcissistic.
And we all have traits.
No, I've actually, my therapist has talked about it, and he said that you can have like narcissistic traits without being a narcissist.
And I agree with that therapist.
Let me finish. When you have narcissistic traits and then you have money on top of that, and you have a bunch of yes people around you, your boundaries, you don't have any boundaries anymore, because guess what? Nobody ever gives you boundaries, because nobody tells you no anymore. And,
that's what
and I'm gonna tell you something. Looking at Diddy when he was younger and before he got money and before he became anybody, Diddy was probably one of them kids that was probably picked on in school.
Could have been.
Nah, he wasn't picked on.
But what the reason I'm saying be careful is because I agree with your therapist. There is the capacity to have traits and not have a full-blown personality disorder, right? But let's be careful, because that word narcissist, everybody and their grandma want to call somebody a narcissist. I'm not saying you, but what I am saying, you understand, we have an audience that really does take what we say and listen. So I don't know whether Diddy has narcissistic traits. I've not had a conversation with him up close and personal to know him. I have to go back to what Sean said in the beginning. I don't watch any of them well enough to really know. I see most of this play out in a video snippet here, a Facebook post there, and I'm like, okay, that's a good conversation to talk about. But unless we are up close and personal with these people to really have in-depth conversation, all of us as human beings can display some form of narcissistic traits. So we can't just say, well, that's why he behaved the way that he did or didn't, because it could be a true mental health issue. It could be he's just a fucking Looney Tune. It could be,
the way he treats
it could be anything.
Have you seen the way he treats people? I mean,
I
that was not
haven't. That's what I'm saying.
making the band was not an act. He acts like that for real.
See, I've never even watched it. I've heard about this show, but I've never watched it.
Real. I know somebody that used to sing for him. He acts like that for real. I know somebody. You remember the young lady who caught her hair caught fire in the tub?
Who?
Do you remember the show? And her hair caught fire? Miyoshi. She's actually my girlfriend's daughter. And she's a model.
Why was she in the tub and how did her hair catch fire?
It was a video. It was a video. And her hair caught fire because they had candles and all this other shit going on. And her hair caught fire.
Was there water in the tub?
That's what
yeah, but her hair caught fire. This had to be like.
Oh, she couldn't slip down in the like. I'm not trying to make sure.
It was bubbles, water, and all kinds of shit. But her hair caught on fire. Tanya, do you remember that? But anyway, yeah, that's the whole thing. Is that
they didn't really do that enough.
Yeah, he's really is that he's really an ass, and he expected her to stay in that tub. And he got hollering and shit. Yes.
But again, I don't know him, and I'm not defending him because I don't know him, so I don't have a dog in the fight either way. From a mental health standpoint, I'm always leery about us using those terms so widely because I think it takes away from us truly being able to see people that are in the diagnosed state. Does that make sense? Like, if everybody's a narcissist, how do we then begin to differentiate? If everybody's displaying narcissism, how do we differentiate? So that's why I'm always careful. Like, if you say to me, I had up close and personal conversations with him, this is what I saw, then I'm more likely to be like, okay. But because we haven't, I'm like, we still see a character. All we see is that character that they display on TV, whether it's who they really are in person or not, we really don't know. And again, I'm not defending him. He sounds like an asshole, but that doesn't really mean that he has narcissism or he has narcissistic traits.
Maybe he created the character and then fell so far into that mentality of the character that it took over.
Because I'm convinced, y'all can't convince me that a lot of these people are playing. Like they get paid to act like fools just to get attention and ratings and engage, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I start to wonder, like, is this truly this person or is this just the persona that they have developed for whatever? And his persona was Bad Boy, right? Am I remembering correctly? Wasn't it Bad Boy Entertainment or something when he first came out? Like, and he was always in everybody's videos dancing.
But then he changed it, and then he was Love, and then he was Brother Love, and then he was Diddy, and then he was Puffy, and he done had so many different personas and stuff. Like
the diddler.
Yep, the diddler.
No, like I said, I'm not defending them, but I'm just like, from a mental health standpoint, I try to be careful with that. But all of them sound like they got to a point where they had so much money and access.
Yep.
And access allows us to take the filter off and stop pretending to fit in and just really get the opportunity to do what we wanted to do in the first place. You know, like they say alcohol when things are said in jest and it's really true, or when alcohol is involved. It wasn't that you was drunk. It was what you really want to say. Alcohol just gave you the courage. Right? I think money's the same way. Like the more money we have, it allows us to just show our ass or be a generous, kind person. Whatever we were going to do, we're going to do more of it when we have more money. Tanya said, when I try to tell you you're wild in so many times and you keep doing shit that I don't rock with, I'm going to start distancing myself from you. Love you, but I can't rock with your behavior. And I think that probably happens a lot too. They probably lose a lot of good people because of their behavior. So then they end up surrounded by, like somebody else said earlier, the hangers on, and in the comments, and the yes people. Yes, making the band showed you how much of an ass he is.
Yeah,
it was a party and Ray J was filming his non-singing ass. Okay, sidebar. Did y'all see him in the verses with him and Mario?
I'm embarrassed to say I saw that. That's how embarrassed I am.
That's all
That's
I'm gonna say. It was a party and Ray J was filming when the girl's hair caught fire in a bubble
Yeah,
bath. He needs
yep,
therapy. He has
that's
trauma and the
Selena's
film was off.
daughter.
They have the tape. I'm still trying to figure out, and I ain't trying to be funny. I'm still trying to figure out at what point did they put the baby's hair out? Like, what happened?
They no, and it wound up being yeah, they have the tapes. You're right.
So
Yeah,
they
there's
just kept filming while her hair was on fire. That's what we saying.
yeah, Mayoki's hair was on fire and they kept filming.
That's horrible. In the what? What are you talking about, Suzette? And Tanya, you said now he's an inmate. Yes, he is. Yeah, and that's proof positive that, especially for us, it don't matter how much money you have. If the people want you, the people gonna find a way to get you and take you down. Okay. They probably been plotting this for a long time, and for whatever reason, they decided now was the right time. Whether it was the young lady with the video coming out or whatever it was.
What happened was he sued Ciroc.
Oh.
That's why all this came out. If he had never sued Ciroc, none of this would be happening.
Why was he suing them?
For unfair business practices.
I know you lied.
Wait a minute. You can look it up because before Diddy actually put his name to Ciroc, their sales were in the toilet. They weren't selling nothing. They were moving like maybe 200,000 units a year.
I am really surprised at that because you see it everywhere. That's crazy.
That's because once he put his name on it, it blew up.
It blew up. Okay.
They went from like 200,000 to like 2.5 million a year.
Wow.
And they weren't trying to pay him. Whereas the same company that owned Ciroc had other liquor brands that they had other stars and celebrities, supporting and pushing. And they were giving them a lion's share, like, hey, we're going to pay you this much. Plus, for every unit you move, you're going to get paid.
Got you.
With Diddy, it was just like, hey, we just going to pay you this, and that's it. And then that's where the flavors came in, because Diddy was like, all right, so y'all only going to pay me for that. How about this? We're going to introduce flavors to get more money. So they did start paying him a little bit more, but they still wasn't giving him what they were giving everybody else. So he sued them. Once he filed that lawsuit, that's when everything was on and popping, and everybody started coming for him.
Wow, that's crazy. But you know what, though? I'm a firm believer that whatever you believe in karma, the seeds you sow, good, whatever, however you behave, I do think that it's always going to find a way to circle back. So when you're doing good, it's coming for you. When you're doing bad, it's coming for you. Okay. And then you said Ray J versus Mario. Man, let me tell you, I didn't even see the whole thing. I just saw one of my friends sent me the snippet on YouTube. Like, look at this. And I was like, you lied. Is he? Oh, that's bad. Like, I thought he was joking at first. And no, like I said, his non-singing ass. I feel like if he got a record deal, I should have one too at this point. Like, I could hold a tune better than that. Suzette said she put it out in the tub and they stopped taping right then on the command of Diddy. That's why I was like, okay, were they really sitting here watching this baby's hair burn, or did she at least have the wherewithal to like dunk herself in the tub? Because
it's making the rounds again because Diddy is in jail. Because this was a 2010 video that this happened, and Mayoki's she's making the rounds again. And so other people are now saying, now 1 week ago, they talking about raw footage of woman's hair catches on fire. And Mayoki has tried to like live this thing down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baby, if I was her, I'd own it, use it, and build it to get the engagement up and sell whatever her brand is at this point. You can't run from it. You might as well sit on top of it and build your
model. She lives in Cali. She's not messing with that anymore.
Well, as long as she making her money.
You've seen her on Adidas commercials and stuff like that. She's doing all right.
I don't know her, but as long as she making her money. But that makes me think about Tyra Banks. You know, I've heard a lot of people say Tyra Banks was hell. So she sounds like she's in the same camp as Diddy as far as how she treated people. I see a lot of people resurfacing talking about what was that, America's Top Model or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They say Ellen was hell too.
You said she doesn't have a brand. Well, how's she a model and she ain't got a brand? What?
No, she does. She does. I have it. I have it on video. She had her hair on, like.
Like
Daddy, how many crowns have you had?
Woo. Jasmine, you need to do stand up. You be spitting fire.
She quick with it. She quick with it.
You know what? On that note, I'm gonna eat a couple Cheetos. Listen,
You got woosah.
So listen, y'all. Listen.
Just two. They wasn't shots though. They was glasses.
Yes, Tyra's hell. Yeah. Again, I just really think that it sounds like to me the pattern that I see is the more access, the more the behavior gets crazy. And I don't think it's that money changes a person. I think money just gives the ability to be more of who you already wanted to be. Money gives you the ability to remove the filter. So whatever's there is coming out, whether it's good or bad or in between. She has had some modeling gigs, but that is not a brand. Okay, Suzette,
right.
She ain't got no damn brand.
I didn't say she was a brand. I said that she has like done some stuff like with Adidas. You've seen her in commercials and stuff like that, but no, she doesn't have a brand. She's a model.
What that mean? In today's time, if she's a model,
no, she ain't an Instagram model. She's a model.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying in today's time, because at some point she's going to age out of whatever it is that she's doing with the whatever companies.
Yeah.
So this is the opportune moment. And this is just my
you already know if she was at one of them Diddy parties, we already know what's going on.
I ain't saying I'm an expert, but what I am saying is it sounds like an opportune time. If she's getting contracts and doing all these things, this is still an opportunity for her to be establishing her brand, her identity separate from these companies, so that when those things come to an end, as all things come to an end, not necessarily because of bad, but because of life, she has the opportunity to continue, excuse me, to build on that and not be another celebrity has been or another famous has been that where they at? I don't know. No, like continuum. That's why I was asking, does she have a brand? So, not trying to pick on her, but these are conversations that I feel like we should have when we have access to people that are making that kind of money. Like, what are you doing to set yourself up so when this is done, you can keep this momentum and keep building on it to establish your legacy or whatever it is that you want to be doing. Like, am I out of pocket for that? I really feel like we should be willing to have those conversations with people.
No, actually, you are correct. You always need to strike while the iron's hot. I mean, and diversify your portfolio. Put your money into different things that's going to make money for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't bank on working forever, especially if you're a model.
Yeah, because that's going to come to an end. Your weight changes, you age out, your looks change, you know what they want. Somebody fresh comes along, whatever happens, like now's the opportunity to build on that magnetism and that momentum.
Yep, because she is ready to age out.
Yeah, and establish something. That's why I'm like, baby, I wouldn't hide from that video with the hair on fire. Pull that shit out and sit right on top of it and be like, that was me. And here's
but her hair was on fire at one of his after parties. So they already know what she was doing there. That's might be why she hiding from it.
I mean, hey, just because you were at the after party don't mean you were
right. Don't mean you did anything
in the after party. You could have just been there.
She could have just been watching from the corner like a fly on the wall. Tanya said, "Do y'all remember the episode of Making the Band when Diddy talked to Lori Ann Gibson? Who is Lori Ann Gibson?
And then he fired her. Well, she sure been talking about him lately.
Who is she?
She was one of those girls that was in on one of those bands.
Oh wow. Jasmine said, real, I'm already saying, fuck that job, see? Let me get my 15 minutes and go sit down. She could have sued Diddy for the accident fire at the time because she probably couldn't work. Right. Work hazard. That's all I'm saying. Like, capitalize on it now because people are talking about it. If you ain't got a brand, if y'all got contact with her, I ain't saying you can tell her.
I have contact with her. I talk to her all the time.
Yeah.
But
I ain't saying you can tell her what to do, but somebody needs to be in her ear like, baby, capitalize on this. Get you a publicist or somebody that you can trust to tell you how to navigate this and ride this wave and use this momentum and this magnetism you got now with whatever contract to establish your own brand. Shit, why she can't be an Instagram model? A lot of them are getting paid. A lot of them TikTok folks are getting paid. I'm just saying, I want us to succeed by any means necessary and available. I don't care how she make her money. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, hey, if she was into them Diddy parties, she could always do OnlyFans.
Well, or she could write a tell-all.
I may already have one. I don't know because I don't go on there, Sean.
Celebrity.
But I heard about it, you know.
You heard about it. All I'm saying is she could write a memoir or you know what I'm saying, a tell-all book. I'm just saying, make your money. I'm all about us making our money and doing whatever we have to do to secure legacy for the future. You ain't got to degrade yourself and disrespect yourself, but you can use the things that are readily available.
I mean, I be selling some fire protection stuff. Like, you see what happened to me? That's what you need. That's what I would do. Trust me. That'll get it paid.
Or she could sell bubbles from bubble baths.
Right, self-care, bubble baths, self-care regimen. You know what I'm saying? Body washes or hair care. You know what I'm saying? She'd do something to get her hair grow back.
It's grown back.
Not to laugh at
it's grown back. Y'all are something.
No, but I'm serious. She'd do something to get her hair to grow back. She could use that to promote a hair care. Girl, like I said, I'm all about us making money. Let me eat my Cheetos. What y'all want to talk about next before we wind this down? Because I just y'all done have me talking crazy on here tonight.
And then the other thing is Future. When you were talking about Future, they said he has 8 confirmed baby mamas and 1 speculated. So maybe 9. Yeah, the hair was hers. That's Sarita's daughter, Sue. Sarita that had Cha-Cha. No, she did say Cha-Cha. Lord Jesus. That's that goddamn Jazz boy.
Oh my God. Yo, she be on one. For real.
Do y'all remember the Gia pack?
Yes.
And the little hair would grow out when you would water it. Do y'all know how long it took me to figure out that those were actually edible herbs that you could eat?
Now she gonna have everybody singing that shit tonight.
Okay, let's act like we got some sense, y'all. What else y'all want to talk about? What is the burning topic on your mind?
Burning topic on my mind. Okay, so all right, so let me tell you what I did today.
What'd you do today?
Out of curiosity, I went online to see my prospects of like retirement. So I went to my work site first, and then I also went to the Social Security site. Yeah, I think I might be getting up out of here soon.
Okay.
I think I might be getting. I was like, I didn't know I had did so well. So I might go.
Don't say that too loud because you don't want nobody coming trying to borrow no money.
Nope.
I might just go on and retire, and then just pursue my passions like art.
Yeah, why not?
I mean,
so let's talk about that generational wealth. What are you doing to set yourself up and leave legacy? She put them new legs to work, Jasmine said.
Legacy by ass. I'm gonna spend it. Oh, fuck y'all. Get your own shit.
I ain't mad. Listen, a lot of people say that like, this is my money. I work for it. You ain't get nothing. I leave it to the dog before I leave it to you.
Look at the Menendez brothers. They killed their parents to get the money quick.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Like, nah, man.
And where are they at now?
That's right. That's what I'm talking about.
That was a stupid ass plan.
I mean,
That was a dumb plan. That was a dumb plan, but you can't wait around waiting for somebody to die. What's wrong with
I
you?
mean that's true, but in the meantime, in between time, you should be out trying to get your own.
Right.
But
That's the problem. A lot of them don't want to.
Hey, and that fall to me, that falls on the parents because you didn't raise them right.
Who?
Because if you raised them right, they're gonna want to get their own, and they're not worried about what you got. And then when you give them what you got when you gone, they're gonna put that to use not for them, but for future generations.
Exactly. That's why
I ain't got no kids. They ain't having no kids, and I ain't got nothing to leave nobody. What, I'm gonna leave it for them?
That's you gotta leave it to them, though. You could leave something in charity. You could start a foundation. You could. I'm not saying you have to leave it to them. I'm saying, what is your legacy? Like, I feel like we don't have enough conversation around that in our communities. What is your legacy that you want to leave once you're gone? It could be financial. It could be emotional, mental, whatever. Like, so example, my legacy is healing. I genuinely believe that when I'm long gone and dead, people are still, whenever they talk about me, they're going to say something about healing because that's what I talk about. That's what I teach. That's what I preach. That's what I believe. That's what I stand on, right? That's what my business is centered around. But that's also my life. It's not a destination I'm trying to get to be a thing. It's an embodiment that I live every day of just enjoying my life, being free, thriving, feeling good, being connected to God, being connected to spirit, being connected to the deeper parts of me, right? So that's a big part of the legacy that I desire to live, was being able to know that when I'm gone, every single person that I've touched has hopefully positively touched another person. And there are thousands and hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions by the time I leave, hopefully a long time from now, that will have been empowered positively through my legacy, because I'm living my legacy while I'm alive and leaving it when I'm gone. That's how I look at it. Now, I also want to leave some money, maybe not necessarily to my family, and I don't have kids, but that for me may look like starting a foundation and hopefully having good people to run it, or donating to a history museum for us, or some type of cultural space for us, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
but unfortunately, the people that you leave that to aren't never gonna do it the way you would do it. And
it's not about doing it the way you want to, but it's still about carrying the vision. If you're able to choose wisely and you get decent people, they ain't got to mimic you, but they can still do a good job. What y'all in these comments talking about? Okay, Suzette said Melendez is not the same. They in jail, not able to spend. They were just stupid. They were stupid. Unfortunately, many are not thinking of legacy. They're only thinking of their now. Yeah, and that's why they're killing folks, trying to get it now. These kids slow as hell. Make them motherfuckers work.
All I can say is,
I'm with you, baby. I'm with you.
If you killing somebody for the money, you're not going to get the money, because once you go to jail, that's it. You're not getting the money. But secondly,
even if they don't go to jail, they're still going to run through their fingers and they ain't going to be able to keep it.
But also, if you just being a responsible person, just at least make sure you got enough life insurance that somebody can afford to bury you and not have to break their pockets.
Already got it all covered.
Hey, you can set a prepayment plan. You can take care of everything. As long as it's taken care of and you're not leaving a burden on somebody, do what you want with your money. It's your money.
I'm gonna be cremated and scatter that seed, and I want them to burn my motherfucking money that I got left with me.
You ain't gotta burn it. You can have your instructions written out and have an executive of your will or your trust.
Just toss it up in there with me.
And make sure they give it to whoever you wanted it to be given to. You can, there are so many ways that you can set it up. You ain't gotta leave it to your family if you don't like their ass. At this point in my life, my family ain't getting shit. That might change, but at this moment in time, you know what I'm saying?
Goddamn Jasmine, man. This bitch is crazy.
Suzette said, hey man, handle your final affairs now. Jasmine said, go on and throw me in the oven.
My rat dog in here.
No, when I tell
Wait.
you, baby, I feel you because I promise you, I said, if I don't have no children, because I don't have none, and if I don't marry anybody with kids and I don't want to leave it to them, I would set up a foundation for my dogs and make sure that my dogs was taken care of until
Wait a
they
minute.
that's what a lot of white people
Do
do.
that.
You would leave. You wait a minute. You would leave it to somebody else's kids, like they your step kids.
I said if I got married, if I wanted to leave it to them, but if I didn't, I'm gonna have it all written out because you and it's not something you can write now and then leave it for 30 years. Like this is a document. Your will needs to be updated regularly as you amass new assets. If you have a trust, are you putting those assets in that trust or starting a different trust? Like this is why we have to shut up, y'all. This is why we have to have
You have to look at the comments. You gotta look at the comments.
This is why we have to have legal consults and get help so we can have our affairs in order.
Exactly.
Nobody wants crotch goblins. Y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't right.
So, Jasmine, if you do need somebody to manage your career, I will be more than happy to get you booked in some places. Yeah, we can go ahead and get you on stage, and yeah, we can do this.
And the thing is, she always says this shit with a straight face.
Listen, because how many times have you seen me say I don't like other people's kids?
She real quick. She said, she said, fuck them kids. And she said it real fast and straight face.
With bass in my voice. Okay?
I told you I ain't never met a Jasmine that ain't mean.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's why I said if I marry somebody and they have kids and I really love them, I would treat them just like they're my own and I would leave them whatever my assets are. But if they on some bullshit, like some of these step kids out here be acting a damn fool, oh, you ain't getting shit either.
You ain't my mama.
You ain't getting shit either. I have made it clear. I will leave everything to the damn dogs and have an executive over my will to make sure they get what they want to the day they die. Listen, I'm petty as fuck like that, and it's mine because I work for it. I leave the house, the money. I don't care what I got. I'll leave it to the dogs.
And you have to treat them right too. And they better live a long motherfucking life.
Better live a long time because I'm gonna have trust and believe. I'm gonna have somebody coming in for oversight if I leave it to my dogs. Make sure you ain't sold their asses, killed their asses, or just giving them the basic bullshit out of Walmart while you living in a mansion. I know you like no.
Oh no, Jazz, we talking about if we leave it to the dog. She talking about that love better be strong as hell.
The love better be strong as hell.
Leaving it to the dog.
Cause hell no.
Listen. And that's why I don't like other people's kids, because they be out here doing the most raggedy shit.
So wait, so there was a guy, let me tell you this other topic that I just heard today. Y'all know who Blair Nash is?
No.
They update your documents off. Yes, you can't just write a will now and it'd be good 30 years later. You got to keep updating every time you have kids, every time you move. Make sure your addresses are changed, your phone numbers are changed. If you're changing your bank accounts, make sure that your account numbers are being updated. If you have a CPA, make sure that your CPA's information is given to your lawyer and your lawyer's information is given to your CPA or your accountant. If you got a tax preparer, like all these different people need to know and have access to this communication, because if you die, they need to know who they're talking to. And make sure, just don't assume that because you have a financial advisor that your spouse gets right of access when you die. No, if they're not on your documents, if you have not given them the authority, they don't get shit until it has to go through all the legal processes. And by then, everybody's going to be tired and mad, and Uncle Sam going to get a whole bunch of money. So make sure your documents are updated. Not only that, don't leave it to your children if they're under the age, because guess what? They're going to need an executive. They're going to need an executive or a guardian. And in some cases, you're going to have to pay them every time you want to go to court and access that money for that minor. So don't leave it to your kids. You're going to have to try to find an adult. You got to find. I'm just talking to the audience in general. These are
Yeah.
conversations that we as Black people don't have. Don't I promise y'all, don't leave it to your kids if they underage, because they're not gonna get it. It's gonna go to your spouse that you hate, that you divorced because they were fuck all, and it's gonna go to them because they're the legal
And
guardian of
then
the
they
child.
can spend it the way
They
they
can do
want
what they
to.
want.
Well,
It's gonna
well,
go
if
to
you
wherever your legal area is. If you
Oh,
don't have
so I'm about
any
to
right,
tell
it's
you.
gonna go to the state.
if you set up the right type of bank account for the minor, if they're a minor, it's called what is it? A universal transfer minor account, UTMA. That's what it's called.
Okay.
That money cannot be touched until they become legal and can touch it themselves. Now, whoever the surviving parent may be, they will have oversight, meaning they will see what goes on in that account, but they cannot touch those funds. They can't transfer them anywhere. They can't do anything with those funds. Those funds are strictly for that child. So you have to be on top of your game. Make sure you have everything. Have a living will. Have a
Living
will.
will, yep.
Have those type of accounts set up. A trust account, as I said, like that minor account. Have those type of things in place so that when something happens, everything is handled.
Absolutely. And on top of that, again, because I have unfortunately a situation that I know of that just happened. Somebody passed, they had a will, but they left everything to the underage child. And guess what happened? That ex-spouse that they hated with everything in them and said, don't let them get my shit. Now that ex-spouse got it because that child is a minor and got full control and can do what they want to do. Right. And I've seen the situations just like Suzette said, you have a friend that did have her mother's affairs in order and still in probate 3 years later. Yep. And that gets expensive because you got to pay that lawyer every time you go to court. You got to pay them every time they got to update those documents, every time they got to respond. That gets expensive. Right. So that's why I'm saying these are the kind of conversations we have to be willing to have. Jasmine said, let me go get married real quick. I'm just playing. Nadina said, I'm with you, Jasmine. No kids, don't want them, never have, and made sure I can't have them when I go. My two nephews who are grown, 20 and 24, and they can use it as they choose.
But let me tell you, that was one of the one of the other reasons I was in my benefits today was I wanted to make sure that I had taken my ex-husband off of there, which I had.
That's another thing. When you get divorced, or even if you're in a long-term relationship and you got people names on your policies of beneficiaries or contact people, update your stuff.
Yeah.
Update your stuff, people. Listen, put a reminder on your calendar right now. Stop what you're doing. Put a reminder on your calendar. I don't care whether you set it for November 30th every year or June 1st. Don't matter. Put a reminder on your calendar that at least once a year, but hopefully every 6 months, you're going back and checking those documents to make sure they are updated. Your beneficiaries are updated. Your contact is updated. Your addresses are updated. Your account information is updated. If you got new assets, is it updated? Do you have a power of attorney? Or do you have a living will? Like, these are things we need to talk about because we don't talk about them.
Well, and that's the thing is that we also came from that generation that didn't discuss that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
So it was like, I mean, you didn't know what was going on in the house.
I'm waiting on my mom's first child to pop one out so I can be Auntie Jazzy. Listen, I'm with you, baby. I have decided I'm going to be the rich auntie that travels the world. I ain't got no babies. I ain't got no siblings, but I'll be somebody bonus auntie and travel the world.
See, that's the thing though, is that we're in a different type of environment where one, it's now more acceptable to talk about mental health. It's now more acceptable to talk about finances. It's now, it's now more acceptable to get yourself some help on all these different fronts. Before, everybody used to keep things inside the house, didn't talk about it, didn't talk about what was going on, didn't talk about the crazy uncle, didn't talk about the finances, didn't talk about nothing.
Tanya said it's open enrollment for policies now. Time to update.
Yep. And that's the other thing too, is to make sure that you review your health benefits every year too. Because as you're getting older, look, this girl.
They get real weird when you be trying to have rights over your own body, girl. I'm with you.
But that
They get real funky with
as
it.
we're getting older, our needs change. And while you didn't while you chose a healthcare plan that had a high deductible because you didn't get sick often, as you're getting older, you might need to change that and get you a different healthcare plan. You may need to get one that now allows you to go to the health club and stuff, because some of them now have health club memberships. You may need to get one that allows you to go to the chiropractor. You may need to get you one that allows you to get your prescriptions in bulk by mail.
Yep.
So those are the things that we really need to make sure that we talk about. Is that we make sure that each one teach one, and get on your people if they trying to listen. I like the gig economy like everybody else, but get you some insurance. You need health insurance.
Definitely.
You need life insurance.
Definitely.
You need both of those. If nothing else, you need both of those, because you're gonna get sick and you're gonna fucking die.
And
Well, and it's okay. I know there's a lot of stigma. I'm so sick of this damn 9-to-5s are coming to an end. Everybody don't, everybody need to leave their who the fuck gonna help run the world if ain't nobody got a 9-to-5 job? Like, is every company just gonna hire contractors and gig workers? How does that make sense economically speaking in these people's heads when they telling everybody quit their 9-to-5? So I'm also saying to you guys, if you have a business or you got a side hustle and you got a 9-to-5, ain't no shame in keeping it. If you left your 9-to-5 and you want to go back to it and have your side hustle or your gig or your business, ain't no shame in that either. Do what makes sense for you financially, for your well-being, for your stability, and for your financial growth. Like, don't let these morons on social media, because these were the same people out here talking about all you need is $100 to start a business. Where? Because most state fees cost more than $100 to start a business, let alone any type of software. Even if you get the first 30 days free, what you doing after that? And depending on what your business is, you got to have different types of software. You got to have different integrations. Even if you get software free for, Shopify free for 30 days, after that, you got to pay for it, and you need integrations to do most of the things that you want to do on it, right? So
you got to
stop letting social media tell you how to live your life and run your finances, and get out here and actually take some wellness classes, get out here and get in therapy, get out here and go to the dietitian or the nutritionist or whatever it is that you need to do. Go to the gym and work out, get with a personal trainer, start taking care of yourself. Self-care looks different for all of us, but it's necessary. And self-care is not just about soaking in the tub, even when our hand on fire. Self-care is not about self-care is not just going to the spa and getting a massage, y'all. Self-care is whatever it is that you need to thrive and be well.
Self-care includes mental health.
Mental health, yes. So don't let these folks talk you out of your well-being financially because they talking about everybody need to quit their 9-to-5. Tell them to shut the fuck up.
Right. The thing is that Jimmy Carter didn't live to be 100 just by, not taking care of himself. He don't let nothing stress him. That kind of stuff. But he walked. Did you know he would walk to church every day? Every week.
I did not know that.
Up until he was like 97, 96 or 97. Yeah, he would, because he lives down in Plains, Georgia, this little small town. He lives on the main street, down the street from the church. Same place he was living before he became president. He went back to there. You know what? I can't watching this crazy. This damn
folks be lying. That girl, they be lying straight out their damn mouth like Pinocchio. I wish folks' nose would grow so we can see who the hell was lying. It's a scheme. Yes, it is. They want you out here broke, busted, and disgusted so you'll buy their shit to help you fix it. That's really what it is. I'm convinced. They really give you bad advice to get you in a worse situation so you then have to come back and pay them to help you make things better. That's a lot of the racket that people are causing. And no lie, I was out because I don't even remember her name, but she's got all these ads on Instagram, and it seems like she's getting bigger and bigger. But it's a black lady, and I hate it. I really do. She teaches business credit, and I saw one of her classes. I was like, okay, so this was a couple of years ago, and I was like, I know a little bit. My banker's great, but you can always learn something, right? So let me check out her class. She was up in here telling folks to straight lie, like for real, straight lie. Oh, when you put this on the application, say this. Don't tell them that. Tell them this. Do this. Don't. Oh, hell no. I X'd up out of there so quick. I don't want no parts of this. But that's what a lot of them do. They will tell you basic bullshit, and that's how they shut up, Gypsy. That's how they make their money and get rich, because they keep giving you the same basic stuff, and you're paying for them to help you. So you got thousands of people paying you the $50 or the $100 or the $300 or whatever. That's how they're amassing the wealth and then showing that lifestyle. They don't actually do the stuff. They just showing you basic.
They showing you a lifestyle, right?
It's a whole scheme, y'all.
That's called lifestyle marketing.
Yes, it's a whole setup, and they rent the houses from people like me to show the proof of their lifestyle. They rent the house and take videos and pictures for a whole year worth of content, changing pictures, backdrops and clothes and all that stuff over a week or two, and then they're going about their life to their apartment or whatever. But they've shown you a lifestyle that's not even.
Some of them couch surfing, because somebody was just talking about how she seen this girl taking pictures in the middle of the street with some red bottoms on and a designer bag, and she had called her because she wanted her to do something with her when she came to town. And she said, well, I don't know where I'm gonna be, just you're gonna have to just let me know, because I'm staying with my friend right now. But she had just posted on social media this picture talking about she was traveling and all this other stuff. And I was like, wow.
That's what I'm like, vet your sources. I tell everybody, take the classes, find out about business credit, work on your business credit, work on your personal credit, take the credit restoration classes, but also build a relationship with your banker. Ask them questions, ask them for reputable sources. Like, don't be out here doing half the stuff these people be telling you, because they don't really know how to do it. They just making their money because
some of that stuff is illegal. Like that girl that was selling them CPNs.
What?
Yes. And she yep. And so her and another girl had, wait a minute, let me back up. So it was a girl selling CPNs, and she was telling people how to do it and stuff. And then she was like, this other girl was doing the lifestyle marketing and stuff and trying to tell people how to market or whatever. Anyway, they had got into it or whatever, and she put a hit on her. A real one. She put a hit on her. This girl went to court down there. Listen, this girl went to court down there.
Are you talking about the black lady? Yes. I'm in the same group you're in on Facebook following this bullshit saga. This is because she does the credit restoration or something.
She was doing credit restoration and stuff, and they was and there was a whole shit show. And this
is like a telenovela the way it keeps unfolding.
She actually been convicted.
She's still like in jail though. They keep extending.
No, she's on house arrest though with that big ass ankle monitor.
Yes. They in the group speculating she trying to get pregnant again.
I know that. Wait, you in the group?
Yes.
I've been in the group since a week.
I don't even know how I got in this damn group. I looked up one day. I was like, what is this? And then I went down the rabbit hole reading stuff like, oh, this is real.
I've been in the group since way before, like back when she got engaged and all of that stuff. That's how I found. Listen, I had found out about her, but this is before she put a hit on anybody. When she was talking about doing businesses and stuff, right? And then I was like, this shit don't sound right. This bitch is trying to sell shit, but wait, she ain't really selling nothing. And so I would just like watch. I started watching her, right? But then when she put a hit, then the girl Sherelle had made that other group, the one that she put the hit on.
Oh, with the crap.
She made that group. So this is before she put the hit on her. She made that group because the girl was stealing people money. She was charging them like thousands of dollars to take credit repair classes. And she wasn't telling them shit.
That's
and
what I was saying, like the basic stuff that she's telling them they can find on Google, and she's not really helping. But what I saw was the gist of what I got when I kind of went down the rabbit hole trying to figure out what was going on, because I'm like, oh, this is really happening. Mm-hmm. So she put a hit out on 3 different people.
She did. Her ex-husband, the girl that taught her the business at first, and Sherelle, because Sherelle exposed her.
Okay.
But Sherelle asked for her money back, and she wouldn't give her money back. And so Sherelle started making TikTok videos and started exposing her, and then started trying to get a whole bunch of other people to say that they also needed their money back. And that's how the group got started, because she was stealing these people money, and then whenever they would ask for their money back, she would block them.
So this is what caught my attention. Because I did see all of that. Like I saw what they were talking about. You know, she was taking people's money and not offering the classes and all the different things. But what got my attention was all of this actually came to light with the charges, because she's the one that called the FBI. So apparently the people that she tried to take a hit out on, she paid this couple. The couple took the money that she paid them and went to Vegas or did whatever they did. Don't even matter. They didn't complete the hit.
Wait, so you missed the part. You missed the part. What? Okay, the couple that she paid for the hit, so part of her life house earlier that summer. Right. And when she gave away the house, it was to the girl's mama. But she put her name on there with them.
I saw that.
So it wasn't really her house. So the girl that she wanted to do the hit said, "You gonna take your name off my mama house?" And she said, "Only if you do this hit for me."
Got you.
And so she FaceTimed her and texted her.
Right. I saw that.
About the hit. And then they went to the place to get the money.
Right. Yeah, but here's where I'm going. Here's where stupid criminals get caught. Because in spite of all of that, she still was not facing any criminal charges. No matter what they were complaining about, no matter how many people was in the Facebook group, she still was not facing criminal charges. She ended up now through the court being brought up on criminal charges. And what was she convicted of? Attempted murder or murder for hire or something? Solicitation to commit murder. And the reason is because she called the FBI on the girl that was trying to blackmail her to get her name off the house. She called the FBI herself and said she trying to blackmail me to get my name off of the house. And no, she called the FBI based on the transcript. She called the FBI because they wouldn't give her the money back when they didn't do the hit. Right. So she told the FBI that they were charging her out of her money, and she wanted her money back. She didn't. I don't think she mentioned the house. No, she mentioned the blackmail. She mentioned the blackmail, but she also mentioned the blackmail about the house. But she called the FBI on herself. Oh, dumbass. So that's where I'm going. Like when dumb criminals run loose.
At the end of the day, it's just like the crackhead that called the cops because the person stole their crack and didn't pay him. Right. So, like my mind can't even fathom this whole situation y'all talking about. I know the story y'all talking about, but it was stupid when I saw it, so I didn't even bother getting into it. And it's like, wow, that's crazy. I don't even understand, but hey.
The reason I got hooked into it, Sean, because I don't even know how we got connected on Facebook, but I was actually Facebook friends with this chick. Yeah, and me too. And that's how So I looked up and I saw randomly, I saw somebody say, "Oh my gosh, she just got brought up on federal charges." And I was like, wait, what? Because I didn't know any of this was going on. The reason I'm highlighting this is because you have to be careful who you trust. All I had ever seen was her posting about her faith, about how her husband laid hands on her womb when she couldn't get pregnant and was dealing with infertility issues. And they had babies, and he was a man of faith. How he would hold her hand because she had some fingers cut off in a work accident years prior. She had denied that too. Right. She lived in Baltimore, Sean.
But
I saw her posting about like how he would hold her hand when they were out in public because she was anxious about that particular hand, so he would hold it in his hand to keep her calm. Like that's what I saw her posting about. I didn't know a lot of the business stuff. So when I saw it come across on my homepage, I was like, wait, what? And I think that's how I ended up in the group. You know, when you search, because I was searching her name to try to pull her up and see what happened. And I think the group popped up and I might have clicked on it. And then all this stuff started pulling up. I started looking into it because I really wanted to see what happened. Because this was not an ordinary situation. This was not a broke black chick or man that was out here running cons on the street corner. This was a person that, according to the legal documents, when they looked at her assets, had like 30 million in liquid assets. You ain't talking about on paper. If you're talking about 30 million in the bank that she could pull out today. You feel what I'm saying? So how do you go from amassing that? You have that much intelligence that you can con people out of that, but you're dumb enough to call the FBI and get your own self in trouble. And you were able to con all of these people out of their money because they were able to relate to, like I said, all I saw was her sharing was her faith and this beautiful experience and loved her in spite of her disability and her challenges. Like that's an encouraging thing to see. So I think that's how she got people roped in. And we have to be like, what it made me mindful of. I had never bought anything from it, didn't know a lot about the business stuff. But what it made me mindful of was we have to even be careful with how we connect with people because that's how they rope you in. They'll tell you the feel good thing. They'll tell you the thing that's relatable. They'll tell you the sob story or the come up story or the rags to riches story to get you hooked. And then what I saw when I was reading through all the comments, because I really wanted to understand this again, you got to think I come from a counseling background. You know what I'm saying? What I saw was her target audience was really single mothers.
Right.
So she was able to
single mothers.
She was targeting people that really wanted to, again, we're going back to something we talked about a little bit ago, legacy. She was able to sell this because she was targeting single mothers who were dealing with financial challenges and really wanted to better their circumstances and get out of it and do better for their kids. She was genius with it.
She was
dangerous. You get what I'm like? That's dangerous because we're falling prey to this over and over. She's just one example.
I believe the proper term is idiot savant.
Yes. Very true. Thank you. Yes. Like, but if you think about it, I think this is a great example because she's very similar to Puffy. And she may not have been sexually abusing people, but there was still a form of abuse, financial abuse, maybe, right? Again, I don't know all the details. But there was something in her personality that she was able to get all these people, because for all the people that was complaining, like I think this group got like 30,000 people in it or whatever it is. And I don't know how many of those people were her actual customers, but I promise you, I never saw that. Like on her post, all I saw was hundreds and thousands of people like, oh my gosh, she helped me. I took her course and it did this for me. Thank you for encouraging me. Thank you for sharing your faith. I prayed and this happened for me. Like that's what I saw.
Right.
So again, you literally don't know sometimes what's going on with a person. You get what I'm saying? On the flip side of what they're really doing and who they are behind the scenes, because that same person sharing a story of faith and talking about how God healed her womb and brought her babies was also the same person that then tried to turn around and have 3 people unalive.
And one of them killed in front of her children.
Yeah. I do remember they said that was specified too. So like I said, I'm just saying my call to action for you guys as we bring this to an end is be careful. Whatever it is, whoever's in your circle, whether it's somebody like Diddy, whether it's somebody like Cardi B or what the fuck ever that dude name is, whether it's somebody like the Ashley chick, like be mindful of the people in your circle, because they have the ability to either build you and edify you up, or they have the ability when they get mad and things go south to tear you down and be part of your destruction. And if you're not careful, we are blinded and we are sucked in by different things happening, different things they do to win our heartstrings. And then before you know it, they got the knife in your back and you never even saw it coming. And they might stab you in your face. but they're so quick with it, you don't see it coming because they fooled you. You get what I'm saying? So that, and get your affairs in orders, guys. Put your task on your calendar, get your documents together. If you can't find them, now's a perfect opportunity to look for them. Don't wait. If your parents are getting older, I know it's uncomfortable. Have the conversations with them. Where are your documents? What are your accounts? What do I have access to? What do I need to know? Who's your lawyer? Who's your tax preparer? Who's your CPA? Who's your accountant? Whatever they have, you need to know. Where your siblings at? Where your bestie? If your bestie ain't, I don't have siblings. I don't have children. You know who has access to my documents? My besties. They know where my stuff is. So if something happens to me, you get what I'm saying? So guys, there's always a way. No matter what you do or don't have access to, there's always a way. That's what I got. What y'all got to bring us to a close?
Jasmine, go ahead and slide me 100. I'll start a business. Yeah, right.
Me and you both, baby. We're going to go in it together. J and J. Okay, that's what we're going to do.
Jimmy Carter, they didn't even know what was going on. You know what? You going to
leave him alone. Got the hit on Jimmy Carter. Leave him alone. He ain't even do nothing.
That's why they live so long, because they stay active.
Absolutely.
Out there like show and tell.
Listen, y'all better stop acting like that. Y'all better stop acting like that.
Nothing wrong with couch surfing if you can. Save your dollars. Yep.
Listen, it depends on who you are couch surfing with.
Consider the source of your information. Yep. Good night. Stay up and love one another. Yep. That's a great one. Hey, old man.
Hey, old man. Bring it to an end.
Hey, that's fine. Hey, it's still a great place to be. See some amazing people. I know you guys had a fantastic show. Because if you're running this long, it ain't because out of border. That means y'all have a fantastic show.
Hey,
absolutely.
I think people like what we're talking about sometimes, you know, and we cute. So there's that too. There's that benefit.
That part.
Well, I tell you what, I would definitely be back next week, and I know we're gonna come with some fire. Like I saw some of them. Y'all had some good conversation, good topics today. I just finished up I had to shoot a pageant, a homecoming pageant.
Really?
So, yeah. Oh yeah, man. I'm here to tell you, they got the Rodney Williams photography experience. They got it.
All right. And
I did it.
Everybody, like, share, subscribe.
That's right.
Share, subscribe.
All right.
Check out Rodney Williams Photography. And if you need mental health support, if you need therapy, make sure that you reach out to I Am Healing One. We got you covered with therapists online and in person. And we got that wellness support for you. Gypsy, do you want to take us out with a poem? And before Gypsy takes us out with something, Rodney, do you have anything else do you want to share? And Sean, do you have anything else you want to share?
Hey, well, I'm gonna say this right here. It's good to see you, Sean, brother. Hey, man, I'm glad to see another brother here, man. Cause they need some backup. I needed some back. Well, you know what, Sean, I ain't gonna lie. I was handling them by myself. Hey, they end up agreeing a lot with me, Sean. Go back, check them tape. They started agreeing with me so much, Sean. We started to call this the old man show.
Now, all I'm gonna say is this, though, man. Just let me know when you're gonna be on. I'm gonna come on. We're gonna take over. You know.
That's all right.
We're gonna add some testosterone in this place.
I feel you.
Look at them trying to show out. Ain't nobody study y'all. Oh man, no, we be handling him too. He be beaten to submission by the time we
Absolutely. So I'm gonna do one of my signature pieces.
Okay, come on through.
Trading places. The other day, a girlfriend and I sat to have a talk. She made a confession that made me balk. I mean, she began to talk looking from the outside in, looking at my life she thought was win-win. I wish I had your life, she said. I looked at her like she had two heads. I wish I could have a job like yours. I mean, I'm sure for me, it would open doors. And if I could have your kids that were older, you see, it would be a whole lot easier on me. If I could live in a house with a 2-car garage, a huge yard. You've been to other countries, girl. Your life can't have been that hard. Oh, I've seen you watch. I've watched you move swiftly through your paces. And I would give anything with you to trade places. Trade places. I pondered what she said for a minute. See, it's easy to want if you don't know what I went through to get it. I cleared my throat as I began to speak. Girl, it ain't half as easy as you may think. Trade places is what you to do. Let's see if you feel that way when I get through. See, I'll start from when I was a child, growing up all meek and mild. Yes, I've traveled both near and far, and most places I've been, you can't get to by car. Travel so much, I have no roots, no friends from childhood to call my own, no state in this country I can even call home. And I'll go one further in this life of mine. See, I have older kids because I was a mother before it was truly time. And I've worked 2 jobs before just to keep decent clothes on their back and shoes on their feet. Making sacrifices is part of being a mother. Make ends meet, hell, I'm happy when they just wave at each other. The here and now that you've seen me get to, it has you missing all the stuff that I went through. Every other day, phone calls from school saying your kids to cut the food. And my job, you think is so great because of the things it allows me to now buy? Oh, I wish you could be there on the wall as a fly. Hearing the shit that goes on in my 3x3 cube of space. And then we'd see if you still would want to take my place. I mean, 12-hour days being on call from home and a boss that doesn't seem to leave me alone. If I gave you my life to live for one day, I wonder if you could still say, I mean, you know, after you see the stuff that leaves no traces with me, you want to still trade places.
Boop.
Hey, that's heavy, baby.
That's all, folks, because she took us
Y'all,
on that
Eat some
one.
snips.
That's all, folks. Yeah, some fingers
all.
nasty, baby. Boop.
See you next Tuesday.
Bye, y'all. Thank you for loving us. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking. Make sure that you subscribe so that you get notified when we go live. Sean, thank you for being an amazing guest with us.
Yep.
You know you welcome anytime. And make sure that when you ain't on this camera, we see you in those comments. And thank you, old man, for showing us your face. Even though you had an engagement tonight, we appreciate you loving us so much and just wanting to show up for the audience. And hey, come on through with it. Gypsy, thank you for your poetry, girl, because it always soothes the soul. You know I love you. Mwah. We will see y'all next Tuesday.